Today I met a man named Jeff. That is to say, we shook hands and spoke for the first time. I had seen Jeff before. We work at the same place, just on different shifts. And he always seemed like a talkative guy, but at work I'm built of walls and barbed wire, so he'd never spoken to me. I'm not approachable, I guess you'd say. Today, Jeff walked with that kind of purpose you just don't see at my job. Most people amble about just trying not to look at clocks. Jeff walked as a man who's firmly aware of the clock and therefore does not need to ignore it. He knows what time it is, or at least that he doesn't have much time left. Sure, it's shift change, but it's more than that. Jeff is dying. He told me so himself. This very week, I had set an appointment to make the second biggest change I've ever made for myself. Positive change, at least. And I'm making the second change barely a year since the true biggest change I've ever made for myself. I suppose I'm a late bloomer. But you see, I too have no need to look at clocks, because I know how much time I have left. Not like Jeff does, mind you. As far as I know, I'm the healthiest I've been in a decade. I have no need for clocks because I know that this is going to end. I know this thankless, destructive, oppressive job will end. This suffering is almost over. I'm getting a new career, one that doesn't destroy my body and engages my brain, one that can provide the peace of mind to my family that they deserve. And this change is going to be very difficult on all of us, but it's a suffering with purpose. However, despite the temporary nature of the suffering, for the peace on the other side, I wonder if the suffering is worth it to my family. And there will be peace on the other side, right? Jeff told me his name, and despite his acute knowledge of the stage 4 cancer eating away at his lungs, the first thing Jeff tells me is that he spent 6 years of his life with this job, and the moment he found out he had cancer, they wanted nothing to do with him. Jeff tells me, this job doesn't give a shit about you. If you can get out, do it. This place isn't worth it. I tell Jeff my plan, hoping some bit of my hope can translate to a small burst of hope for him. I feel an odd camaraderie with Jeff. Maybe it's because my stepdad died in a very similar way. Business as usual until one day, bam, doctor tells you that your life is over and to get your affairs in order. And they told my stepdad he wouldn't see another birthday. To my plan, Jeff replies, that's great. And he asks if I have any kids. I say yes. Details aren't the point. He asks, do you smoke? I say no. Details aren't the point. Don't start, he replied. Take care of your body. It's at this point that Jeff spills the beans and tells me he is dying, that he has lung cancer. I already knew this because of my gossipy manager, but the wait is no different. This man does not have long. He has both the terror of facing the end and the stillness of knowing. This summer will be the twilight of his life. This fall, the gentle quiet of early night. This winter, the cold final embrace and the long dark within. Despite the temporary nature of this suffering, will there be peace on the other side? The peace of non-existence, for with no body to be done harm, what fear can there be? The peace of an earned reward, for in a heaven of eternal grace, what is one lifetime of pain? The peace of a mechanical process completed, for if all existence is in the doing, have you not fulfilled your purpose? Of course, no one can know. Just in case, I hope Jeff finds peace before the end. As he turns to leave, he yells over the relentless din of the machinery around us, I love you. I begin to tear up. He begins, I know I don't even know you, but that doesn't matter, I interrupt as I open my arms for a hug. The tears build. So we, two strangers in a heartless, uncaring factory, hug. We hug, and I feel as if nothing exists in that moment but the closeness of two beings. One full of hope for a future recently given, another with a future recently taken away. Both aware that as people we are all we have. Not money, not time, not jobs or places or things. That's all just stuff we build around and for and against each other, but in the end it's just us. Then the hug breaks and Jeff moves along, and the tears leave my eyes and down my face, and I return to work with a quiver in my stomach. Jeff just bought a new motorcycle. I hope he spends the time he has left riding, seeing new things, meeting new people. I hope he tells them he loves them. I hope they can experience the fragility felt in the strength of a hug, the fragility we all share and the strength we can all be. I hope there is peace here at the end of his suffering.